Hello, my name is Stephen Alaman. I'm with Disability Rights Texas, or DRTX for short. We are a nonprofit organization in Texas devoted to advancing the rights of persons with disabilities in all aspects of life, whether that's employment, transportation, housing, and in public education. I'm joining you today to talk about the Texas legislative session, which was in Austin in early 2019, and review for you some major pieces of legislation affecting students with disabilities as it's now become time for the start of the 2019-2020 school year. The Texas legislature devoted itself to many public education issues, passed many bills, and today we're just highlighting a few of them connected to special education and students with disabilities. This segment will focus on students who are deaf. We've already covered some other topics earlier today, and we have one more topic to come later this afternoon. So now about students who are deaf in Texas public education and what's new for them. In Texas public schools, we serve approximately 7,000 students who are deaf, and the concern has been whether or not their full language acquisition has been appropriate to allow them to be successful in school and, more importantly, successful in life. Advocates from the deaf community came together to promote a new plan to better measure language acquisition by students who are deaf in our Texas public schools. We're all concerned about school accountability, and in particular with regard to students with disabilities, we do not want them to be left behind. We want to understand how they're doing, and more importantly, what can we do better to improve their services and outcomes. When it comes to students with disabilities, of course, there are sometimes unique needs, and this bill tries to address that. The bill here that we're talking about now is House Bill 548, and it requires a new assessment to be administered to students who are deaf to learn about their language acquisition. So what do we mean by language acquisition? In the bill, language acquisition is defined as expressive and receptive language acquisition and literacy development in English, American Sign Language, or both, or, if applicable, in another language primarily used by a child's parent or guardian and is separate from any modality used to communicate in the appropriate language or languages. In short, we want to understand how students who are deaf are able to communicate, both in terms of understanding information presented to them and being able to express themselves to others. So the process going forward will be this fall. The Texas Education Agency, along with other relevant state agencies, will gather together to identify what is the best test or assessment to administer to students who are deaf. That will be the first step in the process. Then in the spring of 2020, students who are deaf will most likely have the first administration of this new assessment. So for parents who are have a child who's deaf, there's no need to worry about this test yet. It's going to be something to be used to just simply measure the amount of strength in language acquisition. It won't affect the child in his or her grades or his or her promotion in the school system. It's mostly geared towards just giving the state some baseline information or baseline data so we can understand collectively how well or perhaps how underperforming we're doing with students who are deaf. So again, the assessment instrument will be picked this semester, and the first round of testing will begin next spring. So again, parents who are deaf, you can start to check in with your art committees maybe this fall or early after the new year starts to see where the plan stands with regard to giving your child this assessment. Once those results are in, the state will start compiling a report to let lawmakers know when they return to Austin in 2021 whether there's more to be done to improve the education of students who are deaf. So this is one of many different key bills that were passed this legislative session affecting students with disabilities. As I mentioned, we've already covered several topics today on Facebook Live. We have one more topic to come. For all parents who are watching, we want to let you know that DRTX is a resource to you. You can visit our website at www.drtx.org. You'll find plenty of resources there to help you navigate special education as we start a new year. And if by chance you find that you believe that you need advocacy services to assist you, you can apply for our services online. Don't forget as well to follow us on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're always posting updates affecting people with disabilities, new developments at both the state level and the federal level. And this includes public education and special education. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, and stay with us. We have one more segment to come to cover what's new in special education for the 2019-2020 school year.